Okay, I think we are. That stays muted. That goes to 0.41. Set up stream speed run. Bing, 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 bong. Okay, I think we're all right. I think we're good to go if I hit this. Boop, boop, boop. Skadoosh, skadash, skading. It immediately starts lagging. Nikki left. Don't start stuttering, because that would be insanely cringe behaviour, F1 game. A little bit light on the numbers today.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nikki was able to get back in.
I got my extra large coffee.
Oh. No, I've never been a coffee purpose. No, I don't know. Just
I haven't either, and then when I went to the Netherlands a few weeks ago, they had a little coffee machine in my room, and I was like, well, this coffee is free, therefore I have to drink it all. So I put the little capsule in, and I did the thing, and it went, and then it like did one of those things where it gives you like the really small like portions, like it's like an espresso or whatever.
yeah.
And I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna like this. This is gonna be like strong as fuck. But I had it, and I was like, damn, that's actually quite nice. So now I'm
Oh
like,
man.
that shit was kind of nice, So then I started being really goofy with it, and I started like mixing shit together. And they had these little sachets of like honey for some fucking reason. So I did like I think I don't remember if I did honey with the tea or with the coffee, but that shit was nice as fuck. And then I
Yeah.
did like a slightly larger espresso shot, and like I put like one little drop of milk in it, and then like one little tiny little bit of sugar in it, and that shit was nice as fuck. So now I come home, and now I am the scourge of my mother's coffee machine. She buys those capsules, and then she comes into the kitchen, and she's like, "Why the hell have 5 of them disappeared?"
Well, only got you to blame now.
I've stolen her fancy Central Park mug as well. Mm-mm-mm. That shit nice as fuck, dude. Today sees the return of an old classic. It should do anyway. It's insane that it does this. Why is it doing this now? Is this not a registered game? It is a registered game because I have the thing on the top left. Now it works when I tab in and tab back out. But look, I can... Yo, you guys thought Lanzi was in bed? You thought he wasn't here? No, listen.
I'm gonna sick my alpha male.
He's right here, guys. Damn, the performance of the game did not like that. What the hell is going on? Wonder what it is that causes this. I don't know.
Your PC, like, just I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
but what
Goes
is it?
crazy sometimes.
It's because I'm streaming. And I've got tabs open at the same time, and I'm doing this. So but I
We'll
wonder.
close all like the 20,000 other
Nah,
tabs that you
because
got.
damn, Firefox just gobbles up fucking performance, dude. This is insane behavior. That might be it, But yeah, it's memory, so it's my RAM. So I'll get some more RAM.
Mm.
I probably need more RAM when I'm doing the streaming and shit. I'll buy myself a couple more sticks or whatever. Stick that shit in there.
See what Dace is able to throw down right now.
And we shouldn't have any more lag issues on the stream.
Ooh, Dace with a
119.1.
119.1. Yeah.
I hear that apparently Lusky is quicker than Sharia, as my intel I've gathered from the practice session they did earlier.
Mm. Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean Dusty's been having a very
He's been
good
having a good
form.
season.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty unfortunate last race with the Ferrari boys
Sui up to 5th.
having some bad luck and whatnot with the penalties and Dusty spinning around. But yeah, I mean for a good bit there in the first half of the race, the Ferrari boys, they were sitting like I want to say either P4 and P5 throughout the race, or P5 P6, one of those. But still, very very good points.
Ferrari have been looking good this season. They've taken a real step forward, I think, as individual drivers over this last season. Sui as well as Lusky, I feel like. They've
Yeah.
both been doing pretty well. We've got A-Dub on a hot lap as well in the Alpine. He's coming up behind one of the Ferrari cars there.
She's another driver this season has been having very, very good form. Just something about this game that is clicking with him.
I feel like I've seen A-Dub is just insanely inconsistent from one season to the next. Like, he'll have a season where he's just sort of running in 14th every race, and then he'll have another season where he's like challenging for like the podium. I feel that's what I've noticed over the past, and that's over a long time span. That's like over the last couple of years or whatever. I've noticed that. Like for however long I've known A-Dub, which has been quite a while now. That's it feels like that's what it's like.
I know last season A-Dub had, he unfortunately had a bunch of stuff going on in his personal life that, he was kind of having to put F1 on the back seat, for him to be able to take care of things. So
yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. Really, it's how much time you put in.
Yeah, he definitely seems like he has a little bit more free time right now to put into the game and whatnot. So very well could be a major factor in that kind of roller coaster ride of performances that he's had.
Yeah, I mean he's cooking away, bro. He's got his ducks in a row, bro. He's got his shit in order, and we see the benefits.
Yeah, I mean right now sitting
Nicky invalidates.
P5. No one's dipped into the 118s just yet, though.
Joe Dice on an
one of the surprisingly race day sitting down in P8 with a 123.0. Definitely didn't have a good first lap, but at least has something on the board. So plenty of time to improve.
Yep, we got Dusty about to cross the line as well.
As A-Dub almost DNFing there, was going into the pits and then had a crazy dive back out into the racing line. Sorry, I'm not sure what that was. He almost smashed into like the pit barrier there.
Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this. So yeah, that's Lusky up to P3. I don't think you can see that overlay come up on the stream as well. You can't. Ooh, that's good. Something actually seems professional for once. I can pretend I've got a little stream deck here and I'm hitting it, even though I'm not.
And yeah, I mean, look at Dusty, right? Sitting P3 right now. Looking very, very solid so far. Only 3 drivers in the 119s right now. And Dace getting very, very close to breaking into the 118.
I believe that race day is on our lap as well. He's got a McLaren ahead of him of Dace, actually.
Oh. Well,
I feel like he's gained a little bit on him, actually.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
A little bit.
I don't know if anybody...
Might not be ideal here.
If anybody's going to be in the chat at some point, but if you could let me know if my mic is a little bit better than last week, if we're loud and whatnot, because that's been a little bit of an issue for a while. Race day missed the apex there through Ascari. I think that's going to cost him some time. He's also hit the inside curb there and washed out wider than he would have liked, so he's lost time to Dace. Dace crosses the line. Can't dip into the 118s, though. Race day can only take P3 away from Dusty. Can't touch the time. I've got Palmer, who is still in at the pits. Only Chuck Blazing and the absolute bum that is Nicky are still not set a time. Did Ada retire in the pits?
Again, just showing his raw, speed and quality, and that very, very strong quality form. I remember, what was it? It was...
Sharia takes P3 from race day.
I want to say it was Australia, where Dace qualified like 3 or 4 tenths ahead of everyone else, but then in the race, Palmer was able to keep up with him. So I don't know. Who knows? This is definitely another one of those tracks where even if you struggle in quali or whatever, as long as you can stay within, the 1 second of the car ahead and DRS is activated, lap two. I mean, kind of hard to break away, but we'll see. Should be a fun one. Typically, there's some pretty good racing around this track, especially with how the DRS zones are set up around here. Kind of hard to break away from people, so I'm guessing we're gonna be seeing a good bit of overtaking done.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those tracks with all the straights in the world, really. I mean, it is certainly the straightest of the tracks, as it were.
Yeah.
Shreya will be coming into the pits as well, so we've got a bit of a lull, really, in the proceedings here. McLaren and Fried Cheeto coming into the pits as well, so it's only Brett Drives Fast who is out on the track at the minute, and he is on an outlap.
And you mentioned earlier that Dusty had, or just based off of the practice races that they were doing, that Dusty had a little slight advantage over Sharia, but who knows? Maybe Sharia was sandbagging that whole time.
Maybe it was all a ploy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, very, very, very solid lap there
Dusty's only
from
3 tenths
Sharia.
off, though. I mean, so I bet Sharia would have got a tow from Fried Cheeto as well, coming down that last straight. I don't know if he probably lost a bit of time through Parabolica as well, though, so maybe it evens out. Don't know what Fried Cheeto was doing, but he was on the racing line through Parabolica going slowly, so Sharia had to do an overtake mid-qualifying lap.
Yeah, it's definitely never ideal there. Potentially a little frustrating, but it's all good. Still, time for one more lap. So just gotta not even think about it anymore. Just focus up on the task at hand. As we actually have a couple people already heading out. It's kind of early. Oh, well, actually no. Unless they're gonna do an extra lap, potentially.
And here
Race day
comes
all over the back of Scott Palmer.
Brett
It's kind of
into
hounding.
Ascari. Yeah, they've got that lap to sort themselves out with their track position. That's an invalidation from Brett. Ascari can be really tricky with those track limits. We saw it catch Nicky out earlier on as well. I wonder, can we pull this off? Can we have a radio from Brett and then have like I don't know. If I can do that quicker, I feel like we might have it. Close enough.
Still a couple drivers that have yet to set a time. Chuck Blazin and Nicky.
Yeah.
Oh. Not sure what's going on there. They've just been invalidating their attempts, or they well, actually no, I think Nicky invalidated. I'm not sure about Chuck though. I know that he had some sort of connection issue a little earlier and had to rejoin the session, but
And race day's been a bit cheeky here. Starting his lap right behind got Palmer, what you alluded to on the outlaps.
yeah,
I don't know if he's doing that to try and be cheeky and pick up the toe. He goes purple in sector 1. We'll
putting
probably
all
get
the pressure on Palmer there. That's definitely gonna mess with Palmer a little bit. Seeing race day right behind him.
I mean, it's one of those tracks where the dirty air isn't going to be that much of a big deal.
Oh, race day's definitely gaining a little bit there, for sure.
Yeah, but now it will all be gains as well for race day through here. No more real corners other than Parabolica now and 2 straights. Race day may have cooked with his position here a little bit. Smart play from him. Keeps
Again,
Parabolica tidy enough.
messing up Parabolica a little bit, the entry there.
An improvement upon last time, but he can't improve up to P1. Got Palmer has set his lap. Sharia Coleslaw now coming through Parabolica. He's 3/10 off his best time, so not looking great for him. Nicky did get a time on the board, and it was a decent one. Puts himself up into P5. 4th and 5th for the Williams guys. Well, here comes Dace. Now, do we think Dace can get into the 118s? He's going to come into the pits.
That answers that.
You ruined my soundboard. I had it prepared. I can't believe it. Is anybody else on a lap? I hope somebody else is on a lap. We can take Paul away.
I would have loved to have seen someone dip into the 118, but
he was 2/10 up. Unbelievable behaviour. To be perfectly honest. Oh, I'm going to make sure I keep that extra 5% life in my tyres. Bozo of the week candidate. Just putting it out there.
That is quality over there, it seems like. I mean, very interesting.
Who was it? I swear there was somebody a few weeks ago that I think they qualified first and they were still in the running for Bozo of the week. Oh, we're going back in the record book there a little bit.
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Yeah. Not too sure.
Was it? It might have been Palmer.
Maybe?
Austria, where I want to say he qualified pole and then he picked up like the 12 seconds worth of penalties.
Maybe. Not sure. Well, that's your final order for qualifying anyway. Dace in P1, Race Day in P2. That could be an interesting one. Got Palmer in at P3 and Lusky in P4. So he did outqualify Sharir in the end. Thank you very much. Questioning my sources. Sharir P5, Nicky P6. Very strong for the Williams guys. And then P7 for Sui. So it's another Williams and Ferrari battle. Brett in at P8. A-Dub P9 and Calirob P10. And Fried Cheeto P11. And just like real life, we've got the two kicks. Last and second to last.
Yeah, very, very close there from P2. Or, well, I'd say from P3 down to P7.
Dace still hasn't changed his damn flag. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you know, Dace potentially there, not too proud to be representing home country. Who knows? I don't know. You know, maybe he just wants to be Mr. Worldwide.
No way.
Indeed, say no way. There should be a Mr. Worldwide soundboard.
Yeah. That would be pretty good, yeah.
Imagine I had a Mr. Worldwide. I mean, picture that one, man. Picture that with a Kodak. I can't pretend not to be proud of making a Pitbull reference when I've got my face cam on. You could just see me like smirking silently to myself. Oh, picture that with a Kodak. Fire. Bro rhymed Kodak with Kodak and got away with it.
No, but I will say this, right? So
I just want you to know that. Sorry.
If all these guys could you know keep it together, stay within DRS, it could be a pretty long DRS train. You know, it very well could be a pretty heated. Well, okay, look, we know that race day, God Palmer and Dace are gonna be for sure the front three, but I mean, you never know. Anything can happen, right? If these guys right behind them can stick with them, and those top three start tripping over each other, something crazy happens in the turn one. Hopefully not, right? But hopefully they can have a clean turn one. But something crazy, I mean, there we go. You know, those guys just behind them are gonna be there to capitalize on their mistakes, and could be pretty huge, pretty massive, and big thing to look out for as well. I would say is penalties around here. That's gonna be massive getting a penalty around here, and it very well could happen. I mean, heading into Ascari, you know.
Yeah,
That's,
they've got to watch it through Ascari for sure, because we saw that in qualifying as well. There was a few invalidations there. Would be a shame to ruin your race with track limits penalties, but we do see that every single week from someone usually. Um, I don't know. I don't know how powerful the DRS is going to be because I mean we see in real life it's the rear wings are so low that the DRS isn't actually that powerful. I'm not sure if that's modeled into the game or not.
mm-hmm.
Um,
um,
Same with the slipstream as well. I mean they run such low downforce.
normally, I mean, I haven't raced it here on this game like that in a league setting, but normally the DRS it's pretty strong around here. Uh, but we'll see. We'll see how. I don't know. You did make some pretty good points. My biggest thing to watch out for though is right now at the start, turn one. You know, is race day or God Palmer gonna be a little bit, overly ambitious with trying to get a early overtake done? It's just I wouldn't see the point of it. Got plenty of time, and race day.
Do you ever just get
Again,
the
just
vibe that like race day is just on crack? I mean, I get that vibe.
just
Look at him, dude.
hounding
Just look at
Dace
him,
right
dude.
now.
What the hell? What's going on there? Lusky in the background, being a certified bozo. Have to catch back up again.
But yeah, I mean that Ferrari and Williams battle should be a fun one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's a big battle in the constructors, so it's going to be very entertaining. I like it when you got that strat. You don't see it that often where you get two teammates versus two teammates. Certainly don't see it with Red Bull in real life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Obligatory Perez diss. See, you were saying about the front three breaking away. They've broken away before the race has even started.
Yeah. It is all to play for here now, though.
I'm pretty
As
excited for this, you know. I'm excited for this start. I hope I'm not underwhelmed.
as you know, race day is actually starting on the hards compared to
We
Dace
take.
and Got
We
Palmer
also
on the
quickly
mediums.
take bets on what lap we think Nikki is going to throw this all away on. I'm going to go lap 8.
Uh, let's go with lap 6.
Lap 6. Okay, he's not got much save. Okay, we're right on board with Lusky. Private lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Lusky reacts quickly. A lot of wheel spin there from Race Day, and he's already overtaken by Got Palmer, and Lusky's going to be on his inside. They are going to touch, but they're going to survive it, fortunately. A bad start for the two Williams, and there's a definite contact there between Race Day and Lusky. I wonder if if Lusky has picked up some damage from that. Not sure what exactly happened there, but Race Day down to P4 now. It's absolute chaos here through Curva Grande. The Williams side by side with Calirob, Fried Cheeto as well, leading them away. We've got Gunnar side by side with Sharia as well, and that's a great start from Calirob. He was down in P10 all the way up to P6 and fighting for P5. We're only halfway through the lap here. Dace has got 3/10 in his pocket to Got Palmer for the time being. There's a lot going on. Whoa, that's Gunnar running really wide there. He's going to lose a position or two from that. Re-entered arguably dangerously. Sui's going to sneak past. A poor start from him, but he'll have to try and get his head down and recover. He needs to watch out for the Red Bull putting him off in the braking zone, though. Fried Cheeto has Calirob ahead now instead of behind. An amazing start from Calirob.
Yeah, it's Dusty right now fighting like crazy to stay in the DRS of God Palmer. Dace and God Palmer already pulling away from Dusty. Race Day actually is side by side with Dusty going into turn 1 right now, trying to dive down the inside. Brakes a little late, Dusty. A little bit of snap there mid corner. Was able to keep it together though.
Yeah, and he's going to find himself under pressure now through the Curva Grande, and I think he's going to have to cede that position unless he can dive it back down the outside, which I doubt he's going to do. I don't know if you saw that going up to turn 1 on the first lap. Was there contact between Lusky and Race Day? Maybe that was.
No, there was. There definitely was.
There
Yeah,
definitely was,
Race Day
right? And I
tried
thought I
squeezing.
saw. Yeah, I thought I saw some bodywork coming up from Lusky as well. It looked like. It looked like he just swiped across at him from the glimpse that I got of it, but
yeah,
very strange behaviour. It appeared like. A-Dub and
definitely
Sui.
didn't look the cleanest.
Yeah, and we've got 2 wide ahead, and this is just absolute chaos to try and keep track of everything. The Williams teammates hopefully working together. P6 and P7. They've seen the Ferrari threat of Sui drop by the wayside, but they've also seen Lusky disappearing further up the track. We've got A-Dub and Sui battling away down the straight as well. Sui regaining a position, trying to make up for that poor start that he had initially, though he's going to lock up there into Parabolica. A-Dub almost loses the car. I could see the rear over-rotating just before I cut off the POV, and Brett is going to have a run on both of them here, possibly. DRS now enabled. A-Dub gets boxed in. Oh! Oh my goodness me! He tried it. I love to see it.
Brett actually could have gone for the
that was
double
amazing.
overtake there. He hesitated very slightly. He had a slight lift because they were trying to box him in, but I think he had just enough overspeed there to be able to still go for it. But yeah, it happens.
That could have been absolutely disastrous. A-Dub's dropped all the way down. Was that a spin or what was that? I think he just ran wide because of the gravel on the tyres I saw there. Perhaps he just ended up off the track. Sharia could go for the move here on Calirob down the inside towards Ascari, and pretty straightforward. He needs to keep it within the white lines. There's a nice camera shot for once from the game. Thank you very much, game. It reveals actually that Nicky isn't too far away from the back end of Calirob either. Close enough to look at making a move into Parabolica. Side by side. Whoa, look at the camera angles. They're good today. Calirob dropping down the order once more. Sui making up another position on Fried Cheeto. He seems to be sort of rubber banding around all over the place. Dace, though, loses the lead to Got Palmer, who sneaks his way into P1 in that Red Bull. There was quite a big gap between them. I didn't expect to see that. Then the Williams teammates swap places. A little tap there from Calirob. Fried Cheeto down the inside. Calirob has to cut across. Fried Cheeto still tries to leave him room. Calirob picks up the 3-second time penalty. I'm pretty sure Fried Cheeto just picked up damage. Yep, his right end plate is gone.
There as well with Sui there having to take some avoiding action. Sui actually losing out of position to Brett because of that.
It definitely looked like Sharia broke too early. We've got Race Day around. Race Day is around. You know what that means. P4 now, Race Day, and he's got Nicky on the back of him as well. Will Nicky go for the move? I mean, Nicky will go for the move if there's half a car. If there's a full car width, Nicky won't bother. But if there's half a car, what the hell?
It's Race Days. What the?
I mean, there's no way on earth that was not on purpose.
That was definitely on purpose.
That's what we call incredibly cringe behaviour, children.
Yeah.
You want to note that one down in your journal. That is what we call incredibly cringe behaviour. And that might be Bozo of the season, I think. Right there.
If that was truly intentional, that's definitely not something that you ever want to see. That was for sure intentional, I feel
absolutely unbelievable behaviour. I don't know if I even have a soundboard clip that can justify that. Oh, wait there, we've got a radio from Race Day as he went into the gravel. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's never something that we want to see drivers doing on, in league racing, is purposely trying to DNF or anything like that. We get it, right? Incidents happen, frustration kicks in, but I mean, look, if you genuinely just are done with it and you want to retire, just go into the pits. Please retire in the pits. You know, that very well could have brought out a safety car right there, which would have impacted everybody else's race. You know, so.
And I'd be furious if I was A-Dub for that not bringing out a safety car. I mean, We've got a driver now that is definitely missing 2 legs, but no safety car. Dace had the opportunity to go for the move there on got Palmer, but he lifted off, instead electing to go for the move here down into turn 1, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I think that's.
Got Palmer tries to break the toe, but this should be easy.
Kind of seeing. Yeah, it's gonna be very similar to very similar to Austria, where nothing too crazy. They're just gonna be DRS passing each other. Potentially, one driver is gonna just opt to stay behind for the next, couple laps or so. Recharge up ERS.
Fried Cheeto going down the inside there, then trying to back out, and then going for it again, and then Calirob making a bit of contact with him as well, but all's well that ends well, I suppose. And Fried Cheeto, who definitely isn't a calm driver today, is going to go for the move down the inside here. I think he's going to get it, though. They just went side by side through that chicane and kept it pretty clean. A little tap there, but I think that was about the best you could expect. And Calirob has to hang on around the outside, gets forced away by Brett, but I think that was pretty fair from Brett. He did have the inside line there. That could put Calirob under pressure from Suey.
With all that battling, right? From Fried Cheeto in P6 all the way down to Chuck Blazin in P11.
And Brett looks up after getting the move done, spins back onto the track. There's a pile up there. I don't know how Calirob avoided that. Incredible avoidance skills there from Calirob. Fair play to him. That was almost a huge incident.
That was absolute cinema right there.
And yeah, Calirob's avoiding maneuvers are 100% of what prevented that from being an absolute disaster. So shout out to Calirob. And anyway, here goes Sharia swapping positions with Nicky. We got Fried Cheeto into the pit lane. I thought maybe he was around. I got excited that I could use my soundboard, but alas, was not to be.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll have another, perfect opportunity on being able to use it.
Still can't believe what we just witnessed from race day there. Calirob around the outside.
Gunner and Calirob are actually side by side right now.
Yeah, pretty easy move there for Calirob. Gets it done well before the braking zone, but did slightly miss his braking point there. That's backed Gunner up slightly into Chuck Blazin, who is an absolute mentalist. So I wouldn't feel very comfortable if I was Gunner right now. Because his rear gunner, Chuck Blazin, is probably aiming the cannon squarely at him.
Yeah, I mean, the Williams boys, they were doing very, very well in quali and seemingly just capitalizing on everybody else's mistakes in the race so far. Still, good amount of race laps to go, so anything can and will happen. But right now, they're sitting P4, P5, working together on making up positions early on in the race, and kind of in no man's land right now. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see if Nicky can catch up to Dusty at some point in the race. And
yeah, I think Nicky and Sharia have just been DRSing each other.
Yeah, which I mean that's smart.
Which is smart teamwork. It's good to see. We are now at lap 8, which means if Nicky does, oh, Gunner spins it around.
Gunner getting a little too excited there, getting into the mix of things there, and that it was like a 5 or 6 car train. That was a pretty fun battle.
Yeah, we got Palmer only just managing to hold onto the back of Dace. He needs to keep within that DRS. No, he's definitely had a better Ascari, and he did have the DRS toe as well, so it's going to bring him back into play. Calirob closing up on Suey as well, so let's hop on board with that. Though I don't think Calirob is going to really go for a move here. Got Palmer though, could he go for a move on Dace? 4/10 is the gap. I'm not sure if he's going to get there or not. He's in the slipstream, he's got the DRS, he wants to go for it. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near close enough though, unfortunately for him. Calirob is going to be close enough though, I think, to have a go at Suey here down the straight, but he's got to watch out because he's got Chuck Blazin behind him, ready to kick Sabroom completely off the track.
Yeah, I think Chuck Blazin is on a mission right now to just try to make up some positions. So who knows? We might see a little bit of chaos going on very, very soon. Everyone
Indeed.
keeping it clean there in the turn one. That's good.
Yeah, that looked like they could all concertina up and cause absolute chaos, and then it just never precipitated. But well, Chuck Blazing, of course, the only Chuck we have on track today. Unfortunately, there is no Chuck, whatever the fuck his name was.
Chuck Brown.
Chuck Buckets. It wasn't Chuck Brown. You called him Chuck Brown, and he got very angry.
That's why I did it again right now.
Chuck Brooks, it was. Chuck Brooks.
Yeah, it was Chuck Brooks. But it was just, man, that was pretty hilarious. I mean, yeah, I know he was just trying to catch a vibe down at the
I think Calibur might have some damage. Yeah,
I
he
think
does.
when I called him that, he was over at the beer tent.
Yeah, that was shortly after he gave us the scientific definition of rain.
Yeah, which I mean,
it's very helpful because I had no
that.
idea what was going on with the water coming from the sky. I thought maybe they'd finally implemented Bernie Ecclestone's insane idea of sprinklers by the side of the track, because I was like, why is it now moist? Don't clip that.
Cali Rob now lining up a move on Suey. Pretty easy overtake there.
Yep, Chuck's going to go for it too, and Suey sees himself demoted 2 places. That's Suey with wing damage as well, actually.
Yeah,
is it just Chuck Blazing here that doesn't have the damage?
I think Suey actually picked up that damage when I want to say Fried Cheeto made contact with him. Suey had to take slightly avoiding action in turn 2. No, sorry, at the exit of turn 1, going into turn 2 there. So we had to go very, very wide and then make contact with Fried Cheeto, which I want to say that's where he picked up the damage, because actually, wow, Chuck going for the move on Cali Rob there, not even wanting to wait for the main straight. Heading into a
that could hurt him.
See, the thing there though is, I don't know, I do not want to be the card, because now potentially Chuck can lose out on 2-3 positions now.
Yeah, over aggressive and not very smart, which doesn't particularly surprise me. Suey is going to have the DRS here then on Cali Rob, who's going to have the DRS on Chuck Blazing. Activates it pretty late.
Spicy here.
Yep. I don't think Chuck Blazing can really defend that too much, so maybe he'll try and outbrake Cali Rob around the outside. I don't think it's going to work. Cali Rob outbreaks himself though, and the switchback is available for Chuck, and it's available for Suey. They both try it, they both fail. Chuck Blazing, can he get the traction out of turn 2 to try and challenge Cali Rob into the oncoming chicane? It does not look likely.
I honestly thought that one of them was going to get a pretty nice switchback there, but yeah, I guess not.
No, unfortunately not. I did not bring enough Pepsi Max upstairs with me for a full broadcast. I'm regretting my decision because we're now 11 laps in and I'm running perilously low.
Oh, Scott Palmer actually dives into the pits. Oh, and he picks up a 10-second penalty. That is crucial there. Palmer yet again making those silly mistakes when pitting. I want to say that's like the 3rd or 4th race where Palmer has picked up a time penalty going into the pits.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a soundboard cringe enough to warrant that. So we've got Lusky in the pits as well.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be kicking himself for that. Especially because I was riding on board with him just before he pitted, and you know, there was pretty big difference in ERS, and it looked like he was just kind of keeping the pressure on Dace, and then just kind of throws away everything that he had been kind of working at there, breaking down Dace a little bit, and unfortunately picking up 10 seconds worth of time penalty there. Which, I mean, as we saw, I think it was last race.
Dace in the pits as well.
someone had picked up, and then we saw that they had, they were able to serve it during the race. So potentially gets lucky, but I don't know. I mean, at best, if no one's able to catch back up, at best, I mean, it's P2 secure, right? At
Yeah,
worst,
and
if there's a
Lusky,
safety car, whew, that's gonna be rough. He could very well could fall back a lot.
if Lusky gets his way past Brett, who I think was trying to take a tighter line to not end up on the outside when he wanted to come into the pits on the inside. So a little bit of common sense makes the world go by for those two. And no crises occur. And look at this, Scott Palmer actually got the lead from Dace. Well, not the lead while Nicky's still there, but what will shortly be the lead through that pit stop phase. And because of that penalty, it's all thrown away anyway, which is a real shame. Because we've had one driver bozo himself out of the race, and another driver bozo himself out of contention. Both very different forms of bozoery, but both resulting in a complete lack of a race for P1. You can now serve those 10 seconds, right? We discovered that
Yes.
the last race, so maybe there'll be a safety car and he'll get back in it, but even then he's going to be relegated further down the field, so...
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
It is a shame.
no matter
shame.
matter the route that you want to take it, I mean, it's either gonna be P2 or due to a safety car, potentially way less than that. As Cali Rob as well picks up a 10-second penalty going into the pits. Oh man,
what is in the air today?
That hurts the soul seeing some of these drivers picking up those speeding penalties. That's not ideal, especially around a circuit like this.
What's going on with the lack of people in chat today?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Where's the Sui fan club? What's going on?
I think the Sui fan club might be taking a nap right now.
Shameful behavior.
As well as the Scarenzi fan club with VTech, No
VTech either. And what he's doing. Yeah. Been nice. I don't know why I didn't pick up on VTech not being here, because I've usually been bullied at least 3 times in the chat by now. But no
VTech definitely not one to shy away from telling you, whatever he wants to. That's for sure.
That's definitely true. Daysat breaks himself a little bit there, getting past Scott Palmer, but he manages to keep it all together.
Now I think the biggest thing that, I was gonna say, and then I just kind of caught myself. I was gonna say something, but I was like, now the biggest thing that God Palmer can try to do, is try to force Dace into mistakes, so that way Dace picks up, a 3-second penalty himself. But I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter considering Palmer has 10 seconds worth. So, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be rough, but we'll see what happens as Chuck Blazin actually still sitting P4.
Nicky's still sitting P1 as well.
Yeah.
Wonder how long he's going to go in the race. He started on the hards, so... yeah, I mean, I heard them discussing the strategy early on, and they said about perhaps starting on the hards and, of course, you get ruined if there's an early safety car, but that has not been the case. Nicky said there will not be an early safety car, and he's gotten it right, even though perhaps there should have been with the whole race day situation.
Speaking of Nicky, I just want to point out real quick that we were both completely wrong as to when Nicky was going to throw away his race.
That's true, but I do have the over, which means if it happens at any point now, I was closest and I still win.
Okay,
Let the record show.
I guess that's true.
Well, I haven't had to do any shots as well, thankfully for that. So
Yeah, you definitely took one hell of a shot last race.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
know for sure not to accidentally take a double shot this time around if I do need to. That was not a pleasant experience at all. And
Yeah,
Dace
probably
and
instant
Nikki
regret doing that one.
swapping place as well. I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, it's got Palmer now.
Yeah, he's gonna fly past Nikki,
Side by
who.
side with Nikki. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was crucial right there. Even though Palmer has those 10 seconds, I mean, at the end of the day, he's a racer. He wants to try to have some fun on track, even if he knows that he has those 10 seconds worth of penalties. Just wants to
That's
probably try to beat
fastest lap
Dace
there
on
from
track.
Dace.
We lose Cali Rob there, unfortunately. Looked like a DC.
It's a shame. A cheeky little David Coulthard happening mid-race. Not what we like to see. A-Dub and Gunner swapping positions down the straight. And a little lock up there from Gunner is probably going to stop him from re-challenging for that position, though maybe if he uses a bit of ERS he might have a chance. Not sure, can't see because of the camera angle whether he has any ERS. So Nicky already out of the DRS range of those front runners on those those one hard compound tyres. They were not going to be gripping up. Suey gets his way past Fireballer, aka Chuck Blazing. And Brett is looking racy. I wonder if Brett will drive fast. Wouldn't that be a stunning twist of events?
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the race, before the little bit of craziness happened, and a couple of cars actually ended up losing out some positions down by Ascari. Oh, as Nicky loses connection there.
Nicholas,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I did have the over. Let the record show I have the over.
Hopefully we can get Nicky back into the session ASAP. I mean, you hate to see that. You know, he'll definitely be
Yep, he's back
frustrated
online.
there.
I've just seen him pop online on Steam. I don't know if you can send him an invite or
I
maybe he
am
has one.
trying.
Sharir will probably end up sending him one, losing time. It is my other hat.
Yeah, he's back in the lobby now.
Oh, here is my other hat. Hat A or hat B? Can you see the stream? Oh, Palmer, pack it in, mate. It's getting old now, man. Alright, so this is hat A. We've got hat A.
Okay, yeah.
And we got hat B. Let's try that. Hat B.
Okay. Let me see. Stream is a little bit delayed. Oh, okay.
There is a hat C over there, but it's not a particularly great hat. So.
Let's go. You know what? Let's go with hat B.
Hat B? I was hoping you'd
Yeah,
say that.
hat
I like
B.
hat B.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think you rock hat B for sure.
Right there. I'm about to. What's this? I'm about to move faster than Gunner has all race. You ready for this?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that was lightning quick.
Oh yeah, you'll see it in a sec. We got hat C, ladies and gentlemen. Because my brain is so massive, I have a huge head. So let's open this over here. Hat C makes a stunning appearance. Who could have foreseen this happening? I've got Palmer just keeps hold of the DRS by the skin of his teeth. He may lose that though shortly. Chuck Blazing, Suey, and we've got Brett almost getting himself a banana soundboard. Manages to survive. I don't like hat C as much. It's not as comfortable.
You know, my vote is still with hat B.
I think hat B cooks. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's bit of hat
That
B
might
in the
be
chat.
the one right there.
Right, Cheeto and Gunner swapping places, and that seems like it was probably a mistake from Gunner because the gap is now a second and a half, and you can see in the background the leader's got Palmer And Dace approaching turn 1. They're about to lap. I believe that's Calibob's Ghost after he disconnected. And Suey keeping Chuck Blazing honest. I think this fight is going to go through most of the race. Well, through the remainder of the race. Already has been going on through most of the race. It's really a shame about the penalties because we could really see a battle here between P1 and P2, and instead we see Dace winning and a bozo taking P2.
Yeah.
Hell, Lusky's only 4 seconds away from stealing a P2.
Yet again, unfortunately, Scott Palmer just... You know what I think is that I believe he's running no line and racing in cockpit cam. So...
Bro thinks it's real. Oh no.
Unfortunately, due to the cockpit cam there, I want to say that's probably why Palmer is picking up those penalties heading into the pits, but yeah, I don't know.
Can be tricky. I wonder if Dace gets the DRS. He does get the DRS from the Ghost of Calirob. And got Palmer lifts off. He doesn't want any of the smoke. That's unfortunate. Strange how we had a bit of lag at the start of the stream, and then since then it's just been completely smooth. Adub picks up a 3-second time penalty. Not great. That doesn't help because he's got Chuck Blazing and Suey approaching at a rate of knots. Yeah, those guys are flying up to him.
Definitely putting Adub all under pressure now.
Yeah, Chuck had to lift.
Picking up that
mid-corner. I wonder if he didn't quite estimate the strength of the dirty air. That's going to allow Suey to have an attack here. Can Suey box him in? I don't know if Chuck Blazing will allow himself to be boxed in. Oh, Suey, have a bit of balls, mate.
Yeah.
Because look, now you've got Brett on your inside, pal. Goodness me, and now
getting that exit all
now Chuck gets a free run at Adub.
I know that Suey wanted to try to just keep it clean there, you know, be safe, not have any damage or anything like that.
And that's a very brave move from Chuck Blazing around the outside of Adub. They make a little bit of contact. He jumps over the curb and they're still side by side. Adub has the advantage. They do make a little bit of contact there. Still side by side though. Adub, will he run out of room on the outside? He's going to keep it just within the white line, maybe a little bit, kind of. Oh no! Oh no! And there's a VSC. No, Suey not allowed to overtake. Come on now.
Actually, might be a full-blown safety car if Adub doesn't start moving his vehicle. Adub actually might get disqualified here for not moving.
Yeah, he might want to move. Insanely silly behavior. Oh my goodness fucking me.
Yet again, another
Christ on a bike. What have I been witnessing today?
Man.
Am I going to have to give out 3 bozo points? I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
Into the pits goes Chuck Blazing.
Temple of speed here.
And picks up a 10-second time penalty. And he looked like he was going pretty slowly there. Picking up a penalty under VSC is insane behaviour. Should we just... This is going to be like that meme, right? You know where the person's like, you get a hat, you get a hat. Everybody gets a hat. You get a bozo point, you get a bozo point, everyone gets a bozo point. Now I'm just waiting for Got Palmer to catch up to the safety car and fucking overtake it for some reason. For Cheeto!
Fried Cheeto as well, picking up a 10-second penalty.
I'm gonna...
You know, I almost wonder if like something is going on with and Brett as well.
Yeah,
it has to be something that's bugged out.
We can't have this many bozos.
Yeah, Palmer yet again broken. Picking up. Yeah, something.
Does Dace get one?
Messed up.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way, right?
These
guys are just
all on crack, maybe.
Yeah.
They're all on the fent, perhaps.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
Calibob's Ghost isn't going to be able to unlap himself. Yeah, I feel like there's no way that's legit. If that is legit, then I'm laying the law down in the Discord after this race because I'm not allowing this amount of bozo-ness to occur on my watch. This has been Wait, it says virtual safety car. Why is there a safety car out? Wait, what?
Yeah, I just seen
Oh,
that.
I've just clocked that. I can't. I've mentioned the safety car and I didn't. Did the whole lobby
And
break?
yeah, I think the lobby messed up, but
Is it
in
all
saying
because
all that,
Calibub
right?
disconnected? Can we blame Calibub for this? Do we blame Adub for this? We've got to blame someone.
I
We've
would
got to
probably
scapegoat
blame
someone.
A-Dub. I would blame A-Dub. Because, I mean, the VSC did come out because of A-Dub. And then, due
I
to
wonder if I should jump in
him
the
not
main
moving
chat
his
and see if we
car.
can get some insight here on the stream.
Yeah, if you want to. If you want to, real quick.
Hopefully I don't join and someone says, like, the most obscene swear word known to man.
Fuck game.
Broadcast
Oh
is
my
in the
God.
chat. The broadcast is in the chat. What's going on, guys? Did everything break?
It pisses me the fuck off.
What's up, man?
So
Okay.
goddamn
What do you mean, did
fucking
everything
much.
break?
Well, it says virtual safety car, and we've got a real safety car. We've got, 5 people just picked up speeding in the pit lane penalties.
I think every bit of that is legit.
Not 5
It
people.
went
Well, I
from
mean,
VSC to safety car.
It
and
still
then
says
Well, a lot of
virtual
people
safety
might
car.
know about it.
absolutely got that speeding foul.
We're still on the safety car, yeah.
It still
Yeah,
says
we're still
virtual
under safety
safety
car.
car for us.
Can
It's
someone
safety
tell
car.
the game that if it's
For
showing
us.
me that I have a new set of soft tires, it shouldn't put me on a used
Okay.
set?
Everything's fine right now as far as we know.
Okay. Update. The guys in the chat seem to think that all of those speeding in the pit penalties are legit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On their screen,
we were wrong?
why have you just noticed the start finish lights are flashing?
I did not catch that. No, I'll have to.
I
look
saw
right now
that.
again.
Quickly have a look on the stream. You'll probably still see it. What is going on?
Yep.
For those guys, it says safety car, not virtual safety car apparently. So that's just broken for us. They seem to think that. Yeah, look at those lights flashing. That looks really cool actually, but I've never seen them all on at the same time. But I don't know what on earth this game is. I mean, I thought me sat here in a bucket hat would be sillier than anything that could possibly occur. Seems I was sorely mistaken. How many laps has this safety car been out for now? 3?
I want to say 2. 2 full laps, I should say. But I mean, due to how spread out the field is, I want to say this is the 3rd, right? This is the 3rd full lap.
Right, it has to be in this lap, surely. I feel like we've been under this for ages.
But I wanted to mention though that just before you left to go get intel as to what was going on, so Palmer still has the 3 seconds worth of penalty, right? That he unfortunately picked up, which I was gonna make the point of he was able to remove some of the time that he had picked up from that first 10-second penalty that he had, but then he picked up the 3 second, so doesn't even matter, damn. Palmer, unfortunately,
isn't in this lap.
Still having some work to do. Although that's brought back in Dusty and Sharia and even Chuck and Sui. That whole little midfield battle for the podium spot should be a fun one to watch.
I'm surprised Palmer didn't pit again to serve this penalty. I mean, he would have come out.
I think
P9.
he would have lost out too much. Yeah, but
maybe P10. I don't know. Is he going to pull 10? I mean, he probably will pull 10 seconds on these bloody bozos, honestly, at the rate that this is going on. Wouldn't even surprise me. Nothing surprises me anymore. It's 13 seconds, actually.
Like, there would have only been, what, a couple of laps worth of racing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to have to come in here this lap. No matter what, it's going to have to come in. So, only a couple of laps. Everyone is going to be driving, just crazy flat out. Balls to the wall, just overly aggressive right now. Everyone knows that this is their final chance to make some overtakes happen. So, yeah, I think it was smart of Palmer to stay out, not come in, and just try his very best to see what happens. Hopefully, he's hoping for people to kind of start tripping behind him,
safety
and
car
then
in
he
this
can just start building up a gap.
If anybody wants any fun fact, that bridge that they just went under is the old track. You can see it there on the helicopter angle.
You know what? I'm gonna call it right now. Even though
I think pitting would have been the right choice here because he's going to have 2 laps to try and pull 10 seconds on most of the field. I don't think that's going to work. But I don't know. We'll see. Fried Cheeto is not going to catch up, it doesn't look like. Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think he will, though. I think they're going to go. Yep, they go. Dace leads the way. Got Palmer a second behind already. Sharia is going to have a run here on Lusky, perhaps. Is he going to go for the move? Lusky is gaining on Got Palmer, actually. He's going to go for the move up the inside of Got Palmer into turn 1. Still says the safety car is out for me for some reason. We've got blue lights flashing for Calibob's Ghost.
Good for me.
It's good for you, okay. Do you know any other game that's this broken? I genuinely don't. I don't know why it's so difficult for them to just make a game that works. Anyway.
It's Fried Cheeto having a little bit of a moment down in turn 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean,
and right now, Palmer still has all the way down to P9 within his penalty window.
Ace with such a crucial restart there and nailing it, absolutely nailing it. It's looking like yet again another race win for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, I always thought it was going to be pretty safe with having got Palmer behind as like a buffer. But yeah, he did really nail the restart and got Palmer. He's right up behind Lusky, but he doesn't want to go for the move just yet. He's going to NASCAR bump draft him all the way down the straight, it would seem.
Yeah, yeah.
And sets himself up to get the slingshot out of Parabolica, which they renamed it to something, but I mean...
Yeah,
I could not care less what silly name you want to give it. It's Parabolica. End of discussion.
Oh, Sui almost.
Oh, what's going on there with the Red Bull?
Blazing,
Brett.
Which then kind of causes Nicky to almost smash into him.
And Brett sent what looked like a silly move. I don't know. It's hard to see up the inside, but they both somehow got away with it. Yeah, the safety car thing did disappear for me eventually. Go on. Fried Cheeto.
Sharia's actually going to get a podium, I feel like.
Yeah, and Lusky is going to steal away P2 as well, which I did mention about 10 laps ago, that he was in range to maybe pull that out the bag. Obviously, that safety car is what's allowed that to happen. Sui, anyway, on Chuck Blazing, trying to go around the outside. That's probably not going to end well. He does end up off the track, it looked like. He's going to have to give the position back. He's going to end up with Nicky now, sending it down his inside as well because his exit was compromised. It's going to be a drag race between the Williams and the Ferrari. Nicky does have the slipstream here from Chuck Blazing, but will that put him off in the braking zone? They're going to be side by side, and I think Sui took a better line there, and Nicky almost gets murdered by Brett, who was just engaging himself in incredibly silly behaviour. Lusky does take P2. Sharia takes P3, Sui P4, Nicky P5, got Palmer dropping down and down and down to P8, and I think it's safe to say that pitting was the right choice, I feel like. Right, Cheeto going to take home a P10 finish. Caliber P11. So, just to recap, Dace is your race winner. Lusky is second on the podium, great result from him, and Sharia third on the podium, another great result from him. Bozo of the week, I'm going to have to be giving out multiple points in the Bozo Championship that I am keeping a track of. I'm wondering, do we give race day 1 Bozo point here or 2? I mean, normally Bozo of the week is a Bozo point, but...
Absolutely 2.
2.
For sure 2.
So he's going to pick up 2.
Honestly, even A-Dub. A-Dub, I feel like...
Look, I mean, he was kind of a Bozo for not reversing. Yeah, he got himself disqualified when he didn't have to.
When I was riding on board, and this is not to hate on A-Dub or anything like that. So if you watch this back, A-Dub or whatever, you know, don't think that I'm trying to come at you in that way, man. But when A-Dub was around the outside there, he was overcorrecting a lot and kind of I don't know, wiggling around the car a little bit too much, a little bit more than he needed to, which then kind of caused him to go out into the gravel. And, well, I mean, we saw the rest of what happened there. So I don't know. I feel like,
It's hard to keep track of this, but the way I'm looking at it is we're seeing 2 goes to race day, 1 goes to A-Dub. 1 is going to have to go to Palmer. I don't even know if the race day gets 3 and Palmer gets 2 at this point, to be perfectly honest, because it doesn't feel right that Palmer gets judged equally for his absolutely insanely bozo behaviour. I mean, I think most of the
I think
field, with
that's
the
fair.
exception of like 4 drivers, gets one, to be honest. Maybe we have a isn't bozo of the week this time around, and we'll pick 3 drivers that aren't bozo of the week. That might be a better choice than trying to pick out the bozos, which is an incredible occurrence, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I
What
think
on
for
earth
me,
was that race? Am
I
I
think
going
for
to
me
get?
then, if we're gonna be going that route,
I might get
you
DMCA'd
know,
here.
so Dace
I hope we
had
get away
very
with that.
good pace, right? Dace had a very solid race, kept it clean and all that. But I loved the start that Sharia had. You know, that didn't necessarily have the best qualifying, but was able to keep it clean, keep it consistent. Worked with Nikki for a little bit early on in the race to break away, and managed to score a podium. I mean, for me, I want to say that's my driver of the day right there.
Yeah, there was a few, to be fair. The people that weren't bozos all had very good drives. Dace obviously had a very good drive. I would go Lusky personally, I think.
Okay.
Who did you go with, sorry?
Sharia, but I mean, yeah, Dusty is right there, same boat as well. Kept it very clean. Although Dusty did have some contact um,
I mean, he
with
also got
race day,
P2.
and then he had some contact as well a little bit later on in the race, I want to say. So that's kind of the only reason why I didn't give it to Dusty for myself.
Okay, well,
But
that's fine. We can just agree separately, I suppose. I think that's an end to an incredibly chaotic, downright insane race. We'll be back again next week. Probably for a race that's slightly calmer. Hopefully the Sharia and Sui fan clubs will be back.
yeah, we're gonna
It's a
be
bit of a
racing
lonely one.
over at next week.
Well,
That'll
where
be
next week?
interesting.
You cut out.
Miami.
Is that where you're giving your little introduction in Spanish because we're at Miami?
I did
He
say that.
thought I forgot. He thought I forgot. He didn't
No,
forget.
Yeah. No, hey, tune in next week. Tune in next week, and we got a fun little intro plan. So
Next week we take to Miami for Coleslaw Cup in Español.
en español.
Ah, sí, sí, sí. Sí, sí, sí.